All right, y'all. Now we on the cornerbacks, man. I'm like, shoot, let me go ahead and just knock it out while I'm here. You know, might as well catch up on things, right? So I did do the cornerbacks. I did the best that I can because tape was a little wishy washy for me in regards to like the camera angles, and there were some players that it was a little tough for me to watch. Other players I was able to check out tad bit of like all 22, especially like Travis Hunter. So I was really able to see certain stuff. And I ain't really been able to tap into my resources due to like me having time. And I'd rather be able to knock out these players for you so we can enjoy the draft like we always do the past couple of years. So I'd rather get to as many players that I can in a fashion to, you know what I mean, be able to like look at them real quick, look at a quick three and do what we do, man. You know? So that's the route that I'm going, right? So with that being the case, let's get straight into this thing. I was able to look at Will Johnson, 6'2", 194, Michigan. Let's talk about Will real quick, right? And hey Hoodlum, I seen your question. After I knock these corners out, I'm gonna let you know because so far there's only three that I would take. So with that being the case, right? Will Johnson. He bites on fakes. He panics downfield when in recovery. I watched that matchup with him and Rome Odunze, and Odunze was giving that boy some work on double moves. He does move solid for a bigger corner. He does drive solid on the football. He a trash blitzer. He's not a strong tackler and run support. He is better when everything is in front of him. with Harrison and Odunze, with him going against Marvin Harrison and Odunze, he got beat downfield by wide receivers that are not burners. I'm gonna say that again. He got beat by wide receivers that are not burners, but decent route runners. He not comfortable downfield. He more of a zone corner. He needs to become a bump and run cornerback, tighten up on his technique. I said a couple cornerbacks that he should probably look at to help him with his technique. I'm even giving you a little advice here, Will Johnson, Brandon Browner, Al Harris, Antoine Winfield, in regards to how they play and see the field, especially, since you got to keep things in front of you too, boy. But he not a man versus man because he can't be no Chan Bailey. So it's pointless to sit over there and tell him to watch that shit. But he not a man versus man corner. He averages hell. He be, he better rep when his better reps was when he challenged the wide receiver at Penn State versus Penn State, and that's why I was saying he needs to come in and embrace him being a bumper run corner. So if he's solid and don't want smoke, if he don't want no smoke up front in the trenches, then yeah, man, get him up out of here. His back pedal ain't smooth, but when he sees it, he does drive on it. That's Will Johnson, average ass player. Benjamin Morrison, 6', 193, Notre Dame. A little choppy with his movements. He does compete, though. I seen him play inside and out. He had a nice play versus USC to peel off for a pick in zone coverage. He's not as fluid. Long speed is missing when carrying a wide receiver downfield. He gave up inside release in the red zone versus South Carolina SC, but stayed with it for incompletion. So he got beat, but kept competing for the football and caused an incompletion. He is slow laterally. He gets pressure on blitzes. He gets cooked on drag routes. He's not fast enough. Special teams, maybe, cracker rotation, but that lack of speed at the next level gonna hurt him. Siobhan Revel, I guess I could say. I was really only able to watch one game. If anybody can find some more content in regards to him, I would love to watch it. But ECU 6'2", 194. So pretty much what I was able to see that 2023 versus SMU, they kept targeting him downfield, and he won most of them matchups. He's long limb. He's a long limb cornerback. Movement looked a little choppy. I need more film of him because I didn't have good film. So I'm gonna need a little bit more film on him. But they was targeting him for some reason, right? I was trying to figure out because it was against SMU. Like, why the hell do they keep throwing at him deep? I mean, like every time he was on the field, they threw at him deep. So there was something going on in the tape for them to look at him and be like, "Hey, every time he in there, let's go deep." Now, granted, he was able to, win a lot of them. I think he got beat on once or twice, but he was able to win a lot of the matchups though. Right, whether it be a bad pass though, that's taken to a factor, or he just competing on the ball. But that's something to keep my eye out on, right? For what I've seen, I'm gonna hold my horses on that, but I'm gonna hold my horses also on judgment too. But Jade Barron, 5'11", 194 from Texas. He choppy out of his breaks, right? What's up with these cornerbacks being hella choppy out their breaks? Where the fluidity at? But he tackles like a sissy. He a zone corner in the games watched. Never really seen him in true man-to-man scenarios. When he did a couple times versus OU in 2023, he got cooked. Off man corner and play some bail. Inside and out cornerback. He step slow and carrying wide receivers over the middle. If he not in true man v man situations now, how good is he really? That's my question. Seen him peel off in the man zone for help. Seen him drive on a rock. It was a little choppy, but he got there in time to make a play. And I just put he an off man zone corner. I'm not too big on him. Trey Amos, Ole Miss 6'1", 95. Technique needs a little work. He's a long arm cornerback, turns and plays the football. Not many cornerbacks do that anymore. He doesn't panic downfield, which is good. He plays bump and run. I've seen him play bump and run a lot. I like that. Long speed is missing, but that's okay. If he is pressing, which will help him and give him help over the top or using the sideline, he'd be okay. He a willing tackler, but needs to wrap up. He misses too many tackles off angles. I need more film, but what I've seen, the limit, he may not be. He may not be. No, that's not what I put. My bad. I couldn't read my writing, man. My bad. But he may not be as fluid in the hips, but he's a physical man corner. Even though I need more film because of the angles and blowouts of the games, he better than the others so far. I put that he didn't have no recovery speed too. But limit zone may not be as fluid. What I've seen limit. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. I ain't gonna worry about it. But Azariah Thomas, I believe I'm saying his name right. Florida State 6'2", 198. This is my favorite corner right here. He a bump and run corner, press man. Continue to work on that technique. Seen him carry wide receiver across the middle. He plays his zone, able to catch and carry. Doesn't get targeted much. Works to keep contained and outside arm free in the run game. He is willing in the run game. He moves well for a taller corner. I've seen him take on even old linemen in the run game, so that's pretty cool. He showed awareness in zone. He looks like he got long arms, comfortable playing the field side. Uh, add a little bit more weight, and I think he'd be okay. He the best cornerback that I've seen thus far. He'll blitz sometimes and get pressure. He can carry a wide receiver downfield, and he is fluid for his size. Let me see. Oh yeah, I seen him play the boundary corner as well. He shows patience at the line, and he got a solid mirror. And I like how he doesn't panic. At 12, I'm gonna answer your question in a minute. Give me a second. Let me knock these out. We'll talk about it. Kobe Bryant, 6', 180, Kansas. He's just not fluid. Even though I watched one game, I would need to see more, but he didn't look very fluid at all. I didn't really, yeah. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I need to see more with that. Travis Hunter. Let's talk about it, right? Everybody talk about Mr. Travis Hunter. So let me go ahead and keep it real because I done seen him as a wide receiver and a corner. I wasn't impressed with him as a wide receiver, and I damn sure wasn't impressed with him at cornerback. Let's talk about it, man. Travis Hunter, backpedal hella choppy. Is he comfortable versus elite athletes downfield? That's my question. That's my question. He a step late down on a downfield passes, and I see them get completed. The Arizona wide receiver cooked him in the red zone, and that Stanford wide receiver gave him work too. He too little. He ain't pressing nobody. I would consider putting him at safety. I think that he probably would thrive a little bit more at safety. I will put him there. His back pedal needs a whole lot of work. He better when things are in front of him. His technique needs a lot of work. He is not comfortable in his back pedal. He picks and chooses when he wants to feel in the run game. Like for instance, if he know that running back ain't coming with a head of steam and he can get there quick without him look, he gonna feel it. But what I seen, like when he come at him, he kind of picks and chooses in the run game. I ain't like that. He a two pick, so what he gonna do? I seen him duck contact. I hate that. He has a horrible habit of spinning downfield when he's in coverage, especially in zone, and he loses the football. And carrying a wide receiver over the middle versus Nebraska, he couldn't do it. He gives up inside release early. He has tight hips, but he does got good ball skills, right? Man to man, he's toast. He needs to be protected at corner, right? So what you calling on defense, he need to be protected. Who he gonna press? He barbecue chicken. Who he gonna press? He a toothpick. He a toothpick. When I look at him, all I see is all knees. He a toothpick. Who he gonna press? And this is who you gonna draft that number one, Tennessee? You done lost your ever loving mind. No wonder y'all franchise. But I put what he put. I put something about him on Pratt versus Kansas. I didn't like it. But his body language is bad after his teammates make mistakes. Like he's showing them up. Like you some hella five player or something. You overrated. You overhyped. I do not like Travis Hunter. He is average at best in totality. What he is at the next level, he damn sure ain't no cornerback. So he probably better off playing wide receiver. So that scout that said he's a better wide receiver than corner, absolutely, that's the case. And he ain't even a top 5 wide receiver. He ain't even top 5 corner. And they say he the number 1 pick. How? They need to be thanking Shedeur Sanders, my G. He need to be thanking Dion, my G, with all that hype. Because he ain't that. He average at best. And I don't even think he even fits the average, bro. He sucked to me. What he do best? Show me where he's showing up against top talent. Bro, why is you a hella fine? Bro, it ain't making excuses for him. Oh, he was hurt off of Nebraska. Bro, if you're playing both sides of the field going against that Stanford wide receiver, then you good to go. You got toasted, my boy. You ain't that. Man, what's his name? Elite Alameda, something like that. We watched him. He sucks. Man had the game of his life against a scrub. And this is your number one pick? Boy, y'all done lost your mind to think that this is a number one pick. He's nowhere near a number one pick. He ain't even the best as a wide receiver or a corner. Talking about he could play both sides of the ball in the NFL. No, you cannot, my boy. And I don't mean like, I want the boy to get his money and stuff like that. But one, you a simp. I don't like them. And two, you soft. Three, you a toothpick. Four, you overrated. Bro, when you got free release, bro, all they got to do is just get in your grill. You're cooked. You ain't getting off no press. They literally going to press you, and you're not doing nothing. Somebody say he Trayvon Diggs. Man, that disrespectful to Trayvon Diggs. And y'all know how we feel about Trayvon Diggs. And that disrespectful to Trayvon Diggs. He ain't that. You'll see. He might get a tad bit of love because he in the NFL. Y'all know how scrub and average the NFL is. But, bro, what he going to do? Is he putting on weight now? Because he need to put on more than 15 pounds. He need to eat, bro. That boy, bro, how you going to have one of them feed the children looking as a number one pick? Do y'all see how he looks? Did y'all see how he plays? What did he do against BYU? Nothing. I'm literally watching him in other games. What was it? What was the game? It could have been the BYU game. He had one chunk play early in the first half and one chunk play in the second half, bro. And then he got over 100 yards in that game and a tug. Oh, he had a good game. If you're looking at stats, he had a good game, but stats lie. Bro, he didn't have no good game. You should have been cooking throughout the game. Was you cooking? No. If you the number one pick, off the rip, I should go, oh yeah, that's number one pick. Bro, if I had to pick between Abdul Carter and Hunter, it would be Abdul Carter. And I don't even like Abdul Carter. What's happening? Oh man, appreciate that. I don't even like Abdul Carter, man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even like Abdul Carter, but I think Abdul Carter is a better football player than Travis Hunter, bro. Y'all gonna see real soon, bro. And the cool thing about it is what he done in college. Like I said, I think if Travis Hunter was at safety, I think he'll have a better time at safety. I think that's probably his better position. Put on some weight, put him at free safety, and I think with his ball skills and his ability to pull off, I think he could be a good safety. But a cornerback? Hell no. If Devin McCourty had to go to safety, what the hell you think Travis Hunter is going to stay at corner? Come on, G. We got to be real. And what? Because he caught the ball and has to run after the kid. Bro, he's going against college, bro. You think some of the stuff that he did in the pros, you may be able to do that against a couple like the Carolina Panthers. You think you're going to do that against the Texans? Bro, let me see what you do against Stingley. I bet you he don't get nothing. I bet you he don't get nothing against Stingley. That's a bad boy right there. Like, we got to stop, like, kissing these players' ass, man, because they did something in college against other little boys. If you really wanted them ones, then you should be dominating. This overhyped stuff is really, nah, man. Nah, we're not doing that, bro. If I'm the only one that thinks like this, I'm rolling with it. Because I don't see it. I don't see it. You know how trash the NFL will have to be for Travis Hunter to be doing the same thing he did in college in the NFL? The NFL is almost unwatchable right now to begin with. You know how trash the NFL will be to allow him to go here and get off? Come on, man. That's a waste of pick to have him at number one. Waste of pick. Man, let's talk about it. Zy Alexander, 6'1", 187, LSU. I like him a whole lot better at corner than I do Travis Hunter. A whole lot better. So, Zy Alexander, better when he impressed, man. Forced him to the sideline. Seen a couple times. He looked back for the ball. You know I like that. He actually and listen to me. Listen to me. He actually initiates contact with the blocker and gets off and makes the play in the run game. Bro, you know, I clapped when I seen that. Oh, bro, what? A corner ain't being sought in the run game, and he little too. He ain't even 190 pounds. You know? And he was initiating, he was squeezing it down and kept his leverage. And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. Because you know I had to watch an LSU corner. You know I had to watch that. I had to see what's up. He, like I said, he does need to get a little bigger though. He got number 2 corner potential. I wouldn't say he had number 1, but he got number 2. He could be a starter, right? He continue to develop. He could be a starter. He needs to sink a little bit better to come out of breaks cleaner, right? He was a little too upright in his back pedal. He need to sink a little bit more. he does his job in zone. Would like to see him tighten up the space though. But overall, it was he did an acceptable job, right? It was good enough. His speed looks good enough from what I've seen. For his size, he does so want to, and a little strength, and I like that about that boy, man. He can be a productive corner, but he didn't get targeted much. Zy Alexander, that's one of the cornerbacks that I could say that okay, he kind of solid. All right, so this next guy, Denzel Burke, Ohio State, 5'11", 186. I'm gonna say, even though I watched a couple of games, it was just incomplete. So this is what I think about Denzel Burke, though, right? He does come downhill in the run game, but he doesn't wrap. He needs to fix that. But he does come downhill. He's a step slow. That Marshall wide receiver beat him a few times. You shouldn't be getting beat. If you're an Ohio State corner and you're supposed to be one of the top corners, you shouldn't be getting beat by no wide receiver from Marshall unless he Randy Moss. But we're just being real. Wasn't able to carry across the middle of the field, missing long speed. I need to go back and say I need to finish him though. But for what I've seen, I think he might be a safety. He might be better converted to safety. So all right, here are my number 1 corners. My top 5. My mistake. Ezra Thomas, Zy Alexander, Trey Amos, Benjamin Morrison, and Will Johnson. Then my 5. All right. I like Ezra Thomas. If the Dallas Cowboys would have drafted him, I would like that. So here's my so Hoodlum, you asked who would I draft at number 12? These are the only 3 so far that I watched that I would draft at number 12. The TCU corner, Savion Williams, Landon Jackson, and Azariah Thomas. That's it so far. If they stayed at 12, I'm the only players that I would say that is acceptable to draft at 12. Other than that, trade back. We're gonna look at that. I mean, I know we gotta look at them tight ends because I think tight end is something that needs to be addressed too, especially with the way that J Hop played. That was unacceptable. And you supposed to be cooking in your second year, G, or third year, bro. You supposed to be cooking. You supposed to be cooking, and you didn't cook. And you had a quarterback that can get you the ball. Now, granted, that quarterback like throwing the wide receivers more, but if you open, he gonna get you the ball. He threw the ball to Schoolmaker. So it wasn't just because he loved to throw the wide receiver, it was you. So that's concerning. And if I can find me a better tight end, I'm looking for that. So we're gonna look at them tight ends after that. What about Savion Williams? Yeah, that's the only wide receiver that's worth the number 12. The only one. Not no Tet. Tet ain't nowhere near worth the number 12 wide receiver, a number 12 pick. Nowhere near. Like I said, he's one of like most pure, like actually like wide receivers in the draft, but he's nowhere near 12. Somebody said he's more uh like a Drake Londonish type of. I would agree. I would agree. But Drake London a little bigger though. He bigger body though. Tet is a two pick. Tet a two pick. He got a good catch radius though. If he can get bigger and like he ain't running away from nobody. Will that hurt him? No, not if he gets bigger and uses his body. But what's some 6'3", 6'4" wide receiver that's like 180 pounds? How the hell he gonna use his body? Who he gonna box out? Huh? Shit, he need to be eating some Snickers and some potatoes and some peanut butter. And shit, he need to be eating well over 2,000 calories a day. Well over. Shit, he need to be over 3,000 at least, bro. Because he ain't boxing nobody out. And until he put that weight on, shit, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, them the only three: Savion, Landon Jackson, and Azariah Thomas. I think he's solid at corner. I looked at him; he looked pretty solid at corner too, man. He looked to be out of all the corners that I watched, he looked to be one of the most complete too, right? Because he committed to the run game, right? He's at least, like I said, I just want to at least commit to it, right? Throw your body in there, be willing, right? You ain't got to be no hard hitter. Like one of my favorite corners that I remember watching in the draft was Weatherspoon from Seattle. I love the way he played football, man. Not only is he gonna compete, but he gonna hit. I love that complete corner. Somebody try to tell me corners don't hit. He was a goddamn lie. Corners don't hit. No, these corners don't want to hit, but corners gotta hit. Shit, nigga, I come from the era, man, where you got to hit at corner. Talking about corners don't hit. Yes, the hell they do. I don't know what kind of football you come from, but you damn right, corners do hit. I like him though, but yeah, I like and it ain't a coincidence, man, that the corners that was in my top three are corners that play bump and run, that'll get in your grill, challenge you, right? You ain't got to be see. Look at Richard Sherman. You ain't got to be no 4-3, 4-4 type of corner to be successful, you know. So that's why I had grace on Trey Amos, because I love the way that Trey Amos was getting in the grill and competing. You see, Brandon Browner has success at corner in that Seattle scheme. You get Trey Amos, man, little help, little safety help over the top, and Trey, man, just jam the heck out of him. Buy your pass rush another second and a half, man. And the cool thing about it is, I told y'all I needed to see more, but I seen enough to make him my number 3 corner. So one, that should tell you about these other corners, and two, that should tell you, man. Like I said, the 3 are the ones that play bump and run. Zai from LSU, the Florida State one, and Trey Amos from Ole Miss. That Shovel dude, I needed to see more, but it was a little choppy though. But he did okay. But then you was going against SMU, and then you was going against Rashid Rice team, and I ain't seen no matches with you on Rashid Rice. So I was very concerned about that. Why you not on Rashid Rice if you one of them ones? You know? Because that's what I was looking for. I'm like, oh, okay, he had an opportunity to go against Rashid Rice. That should have been the matchup to watch. That would have really told me what you was about. So for you not to be on Rashid Rice, it's a little concerning for me there. You see, one thing for sure, right? When you look at an athlete in general, you want to know, is he going to get out there and compete? Do he want the best? Is he a hunter or is he the hunted? And a lot of these players that I'm looking at, they the hunted. Some of the players that I like are the hunters. I don't want no sissified sucker, as no football player. Every time, man, we going to war when we on that football field. I don't want no sucker on a football field. I don't care what position. I don't care if you play quarterback, wide receiver, corner. I don't care what you play. I don't want no sucker on a football field. And the one thing the Dallas Cowboys, for the most part, have been drafting, and as you can see, is some suckers. And that's the problem. We drafting suckers. They're going to have to fix that, man. We going to war when you're on that football field. So you need to be war ready. Yeah, they're my three. I mean, unless that Penn State tight end is good, because I was watching Penn State and he ain't really jump out to me. I'm like, yeah, he playing? So I don't know, man. Because I'm gonna be real. I was seeing how they was hyping up Billy Bowman, Oklahoma. I rock Oklahoma. And I'm watching him a couple games last night. Shit, I ain't seen nothing hellified. You know what I mean? So I'm like, hold up, where's the hype? It's like if they overhype a player, he almost suck, right? Other than a couple exceptions. But them players that ain't being hyped, that ain't being talked about like that, them the ones, right? I don't see nobody talk about Landon Jackson. I don't see nobody talking about Savion Williams. I don't see nobody talking about Ezariah. So, yeah, man. Hopefully that the team sees things identical to me. There was a statement made in regards to what Schottenheimer said that I didn't like the other day, talking about building a team outside in. What? That's why we've been building a team. That's why you get your ass whooped every year, because you building a team outside in. Who been winning the Super Bowl? The Chiefs don't even build their team outside in. You got to build it inside out. When the Chiefs got ran on after that Super Bowl, who did they go get? Nick Bolton. They're like, oh no, we gotta address this. They got Big Mike Pennell and Chris Jones. And why you think they keep paying Chris Jones, bro? Why you think they got Creed Humphreys, man, Trey Smith and all? Bro, they built from the inside out. The Eagles, inside out. When the Rams, look at the inside. But you want to look at the teams that's building from the outside in. They teams like the Miami Dolphins. You ain't gonna go nowhere outside in, but you can go the distance inside out. I'm not saying that the outside players ain't a need, but you need to build inside out first. Why you think the Chiefs didn't go pay for that corner that went to the Titans? But they'll draft the DN the previous year, though. They'll go draft Creed Humphrey. They'll go draft players that can play inside and out. They had the Derek Noddies, the Chris Jones, the Pennells, them big old boys inside. Nick Bolton in the middle, Tranquil, inside out. No matter what you talking about, if you soft, you ain't gonna win nothing. And the Dallas Cowboys, as a whole, except maybe a few players, they are soft. Soft as cotton. The Dallas Cowboys for sure need another corner. And that corner that they drafted last year, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it at all. I think, like I said, the more and more I think about that quarterback situation, I still stand on what I said, but I just think that was based on hype. Cause it's funny, cause when I was at the gym, I didn't pop open the article, but an ESPN article came on my phone in regards to uh uh this league. There's thought around the league that the Jerry that they don't prioritize football, like they just doing it for the hype. It's funny, as soon as that comes out after they make that trade. And when you think about it, because Joe Milton had a lot of hype this offseason, I would agree. I would agree. All hype, no football. But Dion will come up in this piece and tell you that Jerry Jones wants to win bad. How, bro? If you want to win bad, ain't you gonna replace yourself? Ain't you gonna sit over there and prioritize winning over your feelings? Bro, if I'm not getting the job and somebody can get the job done better than me to get me the results that I want, hey, bro, look, it's yours. Take over, man, and give me the results that I want. Does he do that? No. Common sense, bro. Hell of a businessman, but a trash ass owner. Trash owner. But we gonna see, man. But yeah, man, I just wanted to knock them corners out, man. I'm getting ready to look at a couple quick safeties real quick. And yeah, man, we got them up. Let's see how that go. And I'll probably go to tight end. I'm kind of because I think weapons is probably important too. And I think tight ends might be something that might need to be addressed. Honestly. Honestly, I do. But all right, y'all, man. To the next one, y'all. We gone.